Oh, hey, how are you today? It's really great to see you. As I have covered a lot of audio related topics on this channel, I've gotten a lot of questions asking, what does good audio sound like? Like, how do I know the difference between good audio and bad audio? And as we've covered how to create good audio, how to compress, how to EQ, how to use the tools, how to make good dialogue, today I just want to focus on a brief take on what good dialogue actually sounds like. Hey, thanks for watching another video of mine. My name's Oliver, and here I talk about audio and filmmaking, all things video, as well as music production. And if you're interested in any of those things, please subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have a great time in 2018, chasing greatness as a family. So as it is Tuesday, I'm actually not on the roof because it's snowing and a degree outside, and I don't wanna slip and die. So here I am down in the studio doing a very brief part 1 of 2 on what good dialogue audio actually sounds like. So first disclaimer is I'm sorry that this is my voice, my mic, my process, my tools, because I wish I could branch out and get somebody else's process to bring in here as well. But with limited time, limited resources, I didn't want to just show finished products like radio audio or podcast audio that I think is really good, because I'd love to have the before as well. Okay, so this was recorded for a video I did a couple weeks ago called How to Interview, and I recorded a voiceover of myself with my blue Bluebird mic, with my sound blanket set up around my studio, and it was also acoustically treated. So a couple things about this. It's a good mic, so the recording itself is going to sound really clean. But I'm going to show you the before and after with all that processing to really like dramatically show you in your ears why it's important to have good audio. Now, a couple things about this recording. I did soundproof the studio a little more, so there aren't really any reflections at all, which is a good thing for dialogue audio. But I left the air conditioner on in the house, which is a mistake, so there is a noise floor. By the way, before we jump into this, I need you to put your headphones on right now. This is a video where headphones are absolutely crucial. Put them on. Have you put them on yet? Are you on mobile? Are you on desktop? Put your headphones on. So let's jump right in and listen to the raw take into the blue Bluebird. So I'll move from the cameras to the audio. Well, in this case, I was recording onto the Zoom H6, my favorite little recorder, everyone's favorite little recorder. Got the Rode Boom Pole Pro up above the subject, clamped in with one of those little knuckle things. Got the Rode NTG3 as my main dialogue mic. This room was huge. It was a massive, massive conference room with 30 or 40 foot ceilings. So it was basically like being outside. So I used that Rode NTG3 for my main source of dialogue. Backup was, of course. So after listening to that raw take into the blue Bluebird, you'll notice the dynamic range is high, meaning that the amplitude of the audio, the loudness or the volume of the audio is really hot, then really soft, really hot, then really soft. That's because it's a good mic. That's just very natural and normal, but that is not good audio. That's not going to sound good in your mix. It's just not going to. The second thing you'll notice about this recording is there's some muddiness due to the proximity effect. This isn't a particularly warm or muddy mic. I find it to be kind of cold and harsh, honestly, meaning higher end frequency stuff, not a lot of low end. But because I recorded so close to the mic, there's what's called the proximity effect. So it's going to sound a little bit bassier and muddier. When you get really close to a mic, it tends to amplify the low end, just like when you crank up a music track really loud, it amplifies the low end that way too. And then the final thing you'll notice that is undesirable about this recording, like I said earlier, the room tone. In this case, it's an air conditioner in the room I was in my studio here down in the basement. So let's make this sound good. Before I get into the technicals, listen to the finished product of good. Here it is. So I'll move from the cameras to the audio. Well, in this case, I was recording onto the Zoom H6, my favorite little recorder, everyone's favorite little recorder. Got the Rode Boom Pole Pro up above the subject, clamped in with one of those little knuckle things. Got the Rode NTG3 as my main dialogue mic. This room was huge. It was a massive, massive conference room with 30 or 40 foot ceilings. So it was basically like being outside. So I used that Rode NTG3 for my main source of dialogue. Backup was, of course. Okay, so now we're going to take that finished product and just remove the compressors while leaving on the EQ, the de-essing, the limiting, everything else. I just want to remove the 4 or 5 compressors on this track. I want to take them off so you can listen to it with some EQing and some other tools, but just not compressors. So I used that Rode NTG3 for my main source of dialogue. Backup was, of course, you guessed it, the DR10L. Tascam DR10L hidden on each subject using Rycote undercovers. Now, here's something I did was I hung up both my big moving blankets with backdrop setups, clamping them to the backdrop frame, and just putting them up on both sides of the subject, trying to suck up some of the audio reflections that were going to come out of their mouth while they were speaking and get back into the Rode NTG3. Behind them, obviously, is left wide open. And there was a little bit of natural room reverb there, but the reverb in a room like that is going to be much more pleasing than the ring you'll get in a small room with hard surfaces. The one thing you'll notice with compression that makes audio sound sweeter and gooder and better is that because it decreases the dynamic range, it allows the fullness of your voice to come closer to your ears. That is desirable. That's good audio. So, before and after, totally raw, totally produced. Here it is. So we'll move from the cameras to the audio. Well, in this case, I was recording onto the Zoom H6, my favorite little recorder, everyone's favorite little recorder. Got the Rode Boom Pole Pro up above the subject, clamped in with one of those little knuckle things. Got the Rode NTG3 as my main dialogue mic. This room was huge. It was a massive, massive conference room with 30 or 40 foot ceilings. So it was basically like being outside. So I used that Rode NTG3 for my main source of dialogue. Backup was, of course. So again, that's it. You know, not going to get into too many specifics today. We've done that in the past. We'll do that in the future. I just wanted you to hear, what does good audio sound like? So if you have any questions about this, leave them below. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with your friends. We're going to grow a lot in 2018. The audio gospel is going forth to the people. So share the channel with your friends. Tweet me out, Facebook me out, Insta me out. And together, hand in hand, we are creating greatness. Follow me on Twitter at Oliver J. Hughes. We're going to be posting another one of these, I hope, on Friday. But if I can't pull that off, then we'll move to next week. If nothing else, I will see you then.